And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into Wilson Elementary School tonight. We're up on the mountain at Wilson to broadcast this Hilham and Wilson matchup between these Overton County Elementary School basketball teams. Hilham coming in at 2-1 in this girls matchup. They're 1-0 in the county. They beat Rickman in their only other county matchup. Wilson 1-3 overall. This is their first county game for the Lady Warriors. Hilham coached by Marley Sales, assisted by Amy Rogers. Wilson coached by Jacelyn Varble for the Lady Warriors. Hilham will start like this. They'll go with number 1, Reese Collins, number 23, Adriana Romines, number 11, Emmy Carr, number 10, Jaden Stansberry, and number 25, Emerson Goodpasture, the starting five for the Tigers of Hilham High School, or Hilham Elementary School, dressed in the road black, the orange numbers, the white trim on the basketball uniforms. They'll be moving to the bucket to our left here as we get this one underway tonight. For Wilson, they are, as we said, coached by Jacelyn Varble. They will start Jacelyn Varble. They'll start number 1, Grace Farley. Number 13, Kiara Shadwell. Number 24, Natalie Phillips. Number 25, Macy Cook. And number 30, Callie Cooper. The starters for the Lady Warriors of Wilson Elementary, dressed in the home white, the blue numbers, the blue trim on the basketball uniforms for Wilson as we get ready to get this one underway. As again, it is for Hilham, Reese Collins, Adriana Romines, Emmy Carr, Jaden Stansberry, and Emerson Goodpasture. For Wilson, it is Grace Farley, also Kiara Shadwell, Natalie Phillips, Macy Cook, and Callie Cooper. I want to say a special thanks to our sponsors for making tonight's broadcast possible. Wayne's Grill, Livingston Regional Hospital, Lucky Red Stables, Oakley Equipment Rental, Wascon Incorporated, Willow Grove Marina, Livingston Family Healthcare, Gary Maxwell Insurance, Puckett's Family Dentistry, Overton County News, W&O Construction, R&M Family Pharmacy, E.B. Gray Jewelry, First Church, Farmers Insurance Rick Savage, Maynard's Automotive, Livingston Dairy Queen, Hall Funeral Home, Bullseye Security, Exit Realty, Midstate Construction, Physical Medicine Center of the Cumberlands, Jerry's IGA, and the Raines family. Now we'll have the singing of our national anthem. National anthem wrapping up here at Wilson Elementary School. Let's take this break. We'll come back. We'll get this girls' game started here on Overton Events in just a moment.
Close to home, Livingston Regional Hospital.
Protecting the newest Overton County residents. Livingston Regional, named one of the state's best award winners for its work at reducing infant mortality. The BEST Award focuses on the importance of breastfeeding, early elective delivery reduction, and safe sleep for Tennessee babies.
Quality care, close to home, Livingston Regional Hospital.
Again, as we have them, number 1, Reese Collins, number 23, Adriana Romines, number 11, Emmy Carr, number 10, Jaden Stansberry, and number 25, Emerson Goodpasture for head coach Marley Sales and assistant coach Amy Rogers. 2-1 overall, 1-0 in Overton County play. For the Lady Warriors of Wilson under head coach Jacelyn Varble, They'll start number 1, Grace Farley. Number 13, Kiara Shadwell. Number 24, Natalie Phillips. Number 25, Macy Cook. And number 30, Callie Cooper, the starters for the Lady Warriors of Wilson Elementary. Didn't start a little bit later. We had advertised that it would start at 6 p.m. and normally it's about 6:15 by the time things get underway, but the Bantam girls game went 4 overtimes before Hilham won that one 10-8 in 4 overtimes. So that's the reason we're running a little bit later here tonight than normal, as these teams getting some final instructions from their head coaches. Hilham taking the floor, dressed in the, I guess it's black, it's navy blue with the white numbers, the orange trim for the Hilham Lady Tigers. Happy to have you with us. Is stepping into jump for Wilson is Macy Cook. Jumping for Hilham is Emmy Carr. Wilson moving to our right, Hilham moving to our left. Ball in the air, tap going to be controlled by Hilham. With it is Collins, and Collins is going to go over and back. Took off with the dribble and crossed the timeline from the front court back into the back court, and now it'll be Wilson to play it in to Farley. Farley on the right side, working there against this matchup zone by Hilham. Pass going to be knocked away and stolen by Carr. Carr will drive, right side layup, good. Emmy Carr. Carr with the first 2 of the night puts Hilham in front 2-0. Lady Tigers jump into some 2-2-1 pressure. There's a steal by Stansberry. Stansberry inside to Romines, off her hands, picked up by Carr. Her jumper's no good. Carr will get the offensive rebound. We'll take it back up, and we'll draw a foul from Wilson, and we'll have our first free throws of the night, as foul going to go on number 30, Callie Cooper, picking up her first, team's first here in the first half, and this will put Emmy Carr on the free throw line to shoot 2 for Hilham. First one is bouncing, no good. She'll have another opportunity, fouled in the act of shooting, as she has the only 2 points of the game, looking to add to this 2-0 lead. Free throws on the way, that one's good. So Carr makes 1 out of 2 to extend the lead to 3-0. Inbounds goes to Farley. Farley now to Shadwell. Ball knocked out of bounds by Hilham. Touch last by the Lady Tigers, so Wilson to play it in the back court with Shadwell to throw in. Hilham staying in that 2-2-1 pressure. They'll get it front court now to Cooper. Cooper has it knocked away, picked up though by Phillips on this right side. Phillips now picks up the basketball, needs help. We'll back it back out. That ball is loose, stolen by Collins. Collins quickly in the front court. Will drive, layup, good. Reese Collins. Collins took a little contact, took it to the glass, laid it up and in for her first 2, and now this one's going to be tied up by Hilham. Stepping in to tie up the basketball is Adriana Romines, and our first sub of the game coming in. Number 3, Lily McLeod will check in. She'll come in replacing Callie Cooper. Wilson goes inbounds to Farley, still in that 2-2-1 pressure. Now to Shadwell. Shadwell in the front court on the left side, picks up the dribble, back to Farley. Farley dribbling top of the key to the elbow. Right side, the jumper from 15 is banking, no good by Phillips. Rebound taken away by Hilham. Collins brings it front court, goes left side now to Romines. In the corner, Stansberry. Stansberry will drive, gets to the rim, jumper inside, no good. Carr with the offensive rebound. Romines left side 2 is good. Adriana Romines. Romines able to hit her first bucket. A 2-pointer. 3 players have scored for Hilham, and they take a 7-0 lead with 4.5 to play in the first quarter. Farley goes inside now to McLeod. McLeod back to Farley. Farley's jumper on the right side for 2 is no good. Rebound taken away by Carr. Carr now to Romines. Ball knocked away and stolen away by Wilson. That's an over and back there. Shadwell threw it from the back court, or actually the front court to the back court, and the turnover will give it back to Hilham. Romines to throw in to Collins. Right back to Romines to bring it front court. Dribbling on the left side, goes down low. Carr. Carr, power dribble. Left side layup, rims out. Carr gets her own rebound. Again, the power dribble. This time McLeod will block her. Rebound taken away by Goodpasture. Her follow is no good. Rebound inside to Wilson. Then Goodpasture going to reach in and tie up Shadwell, and the arrow is going to keep it with Hilham. 3:57 to play first quarter, with Hilham leading 7-0 as number 2, Abby Phillips, going to check in. She'll come in replacing Kiara Shadwell. Stansberry stepping out to throw in, right side on the baseline. Stansberry to Carr underneath. Layup good, Emmy Carr. Carr got free at the rim. She's got 5 in the contest, and the Hilham lead is 9-0, and a timeout going to be called by Wilson. They'll take a full here, as they call it, with 3:46 to play in the first quarter. We'll take this opportunity to thank our sponsors for making tonight's broadcast possible. E.B. Gray Jewelry, First Church, Farmers Insurance, Rick Savage, Maynard's Automotive, Livingston Dairy Queen, Hall Funeral Home, Bullseye Security, Exit Realty, Midstate Construction, Physical Medicine Center of the Cumberlands, Jerry's IGA, the Raines family, Wayne's Grill, Livingston Regional Hospital, Lucky Red Stables, Oakley Equipment Rental, Wascon Incorporated, Willow Grove Marina, Livingston Family Healthcare, Gary Maxwell Insurance, Puckett's Family Dentistry, Overton County News, W&O Construction, and R&M Family Pharmacy, making tonight's broadcast possible from here at Wilson Elementary School. We'll have more elementary school basketball coming up for you on November the 7th. That's Monday. If you're watching live, we'll be on November the 7th up at Allen's for a matchup in the county, with Rickman traveling up to Allen's in a couple of big games coming up on Monday night. Join us for that one at about 6 for the varsity matchup. Both teams breaking the huddle. If you're watching after November the 7th, of course, that has already happened, but it will be on November the 7th, Monday night. Of course, that will follow. Also, we'll have on Monday night the Livingston City Council meeting here on Overton Events. Farley in the front court. Goes right side to Phillips. Natalie Phillips. Jumper's no good. Rebound McLeod. Back up no good. Rebound taken away inside by Stansberry. Stansberry, long lead pass to Carr. Carr made a tough catch in traffic. Jumper in front's no good. Rebound taken away by Farley as she tries to clear it out of a crowd. Will pull it out of there. Now drops it off to Natalie Phillips. Phillips works it on the right baseline, picks up the dribble, will take the shot on the right side. It's bouncing no good. Stansberry will keep that rebound from getting out of bounds. Now to Carr. Carr across the timeline to Romines. Romines, left baseline, Goodpasture. Goodpasture, left side layup, no good. Carr's offensive rebound back up, no good. Goodpasture, another board, will lay it up and in. Emerson Goodpasture with her first 2. Hilham's out 11-0 here in this first quarter. They've also got a new player onto the floor. We'll check who that is as quick as we can see the number. That's number 20 out there for the Lady Tigers. That pass deflected. It will get to Phillips. Natalie on the baseline will have her pass intercepted by Stansberry, and then a travel going to be called against Hilham. Number 20 for Hilham is Blakely Stacy for the Lady Tigers. Is Goodpasture going to sit down? No, they will get her out, as will Romines. Coming back in is Reese Collins, as they also get another new player in. Right side, the jumper by Natalie Phillips is no good. Farley with the offensive rebound for Wilson. Farley over on the far side, going to be tied up by Collins. The new player out there for Hilham also is number 3, Mercy Dishman, checking in. Kiara Shadwell back in there for Wilson to throw in. 2:29 to play in the first quarter, with Hilham leading 11-0. Inbounds goes Natalie Phillips. Phillips picks up the dribble, needs help, will go to Shadwell. Can't get the shot away, now to Farley. Farley pass is going to be taken away by Dishman. Dishman has it knocked free. She'll save it to Stansberry. Her jumper blocked away by Wilson, taken out of the air by McLeod. McLeod now has it knocked away by Collins and out of bounds. Touch last by Hilham. Basketball going to go to Wilson right here at the end of the scorer's table, as they'll get number 30, Callie Cooper, back into the ball game. She'll replace Lily McLeod. Shadwell will play the ball into Farley to bring it front court. Farley working on the right side, picks up the dribble. Tried to hit Shadwell over her head and out of bounds. Turnover by Wilson. We'll give the basketball back to Hilham with exactly 2 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Inbounds goes to Carr in the front court. Carr now to Collins on the left side. Collins dribbling with the left hand, works it in the corner now to Carr. Carr looks to drive, cut off on the baseline, goes in the lane now to Stacy. Her jumper banking good. Blakely Stacy has her first 2. And Hilham leads it 13-0. Farley to bring it front court on the dribble. Wilson's got Taylor Brown ready to check in at the next opportunity. Natalie Phillips on the right baseline to Farley. Her jumper is no good. Rebound Going to be saved by Stansberry. Stansberry to Collins running ahead. Collins made a great catch. Driving layup good. Reese Collins. Collins pretty moved to the right side. The best part of the play was the catch. Then able to get under control and lay it up and in for her 4th point of this first quarter as we move under a minute to play in a 15-0 Hilham lead. Steal by Stansberry. Stansberry to Collins. Again, that over-the-shoulder catch. Collins will drive, but she'll draw a foul from Natalie Phillips and will go to the free throw line to shoot 2 times. First foul on Phillips. Team foul number 2 on Wilson. Going to put Reese Collins on the free throw line to shoot 2 here, making her first trip to the free throw line with exactly a minute to play in the first quarter as Collins steps up there. Puts this one on the way. It's rimming, no good. Subs coming in for both sides here. As they allow Wilson to get Taylor Brown on the floor. Now they'll let the Hilham subs come in as Stansberry and Carr are going to leave. Carissa Copeland and Lila Bowman will check in for Hilham. Second free throw by Collins, no good. They must have set a lane violation on that first one. I think that is Lila Bowman. We'll have to check that. We don't have a 32, but we did have another 10. Second free throw by Collins is good, so she makes 1 out of 2. After a lane violation against Wilson gave her another chance, and it's 16-0 as it will be Phillips bringing the ball in the front court. Right side to Brown. Skip pass stolen by Collins. Collins quickly in the front court. Collins will drop it off left side. Stacy, her layup no good. Rebound fought for inside. They're going to tie it up. And the arrow will give it to Wilson. Excuse me, he'll give it to Hilham. They pointed the other way. It will go to Hilham, and stepping out to throw in will be Bowman. Right corner they go to Collins. Collins out beyond the three-point line. 30 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Collins inside through the hands of Dishman, taken away by Wilson. The steal there by Macy Cook. Now Cooper will bring it front court. Cooper on the right baseline, cut off there. Goes inside for the jumper, which is good by Macy Cook. Cook has her first two of the night for Wilson. 15 seconds to play in the first quarter as Collins brings it front court. Collins now to number 12 there, Copeland. Inside, the jumper is no good. Rebound taken away by Wilson, and the quarter will end right there. After one, it is Hilham 16, Wilson 2. We'll be back to Wilson in just a moment.
Close to home, Livingston Regional Hospital.
Protecting the newest Overton County residents. Livingston Regional, named one of the state's best award winners for its work at reducing infant mortality. The BEST Award focuses on the importance of breastfeeding, early elective delivery reduction, and safe sleep for Tennessee babies.
Quality care, close to home, Livingston Regional Hospital.
Went quickly down the scorer's table to check on the number. 32 is Lila Bowman for Hilham, so we did have that correct. She was the only one we didn't have a number 4 on the lineup. Actually had 2 10s, and the one came up and told me who she was, so it only left 1 10. So that left Bowman. Ready to start the second quarter. Basketball will belong to Wilson as Shadwell to throw in on the side. Plays the ball into Farley. Farley dribbling between the circles. Skip pass goes right side to Phillips. Natalie Phillips picks up the dribble. She'll skip it back to Shadwell. 18-foot jump shot banking no good. Rebound on the floor inside, and they'll tie it up. And the arrow is going to give it to Hilham. Stepping out to throw in will be Copeland to play the ball in. as she'll throw into Collins. Collins now to bring it front court on the dribble. Collins works it to the left elbow, now spins back up top. Reese dribbling with the left hand against this 1-2-2 matchup zone. Left side Bowman, and she's going to be tied up by Phillips, and the arrow will give it back to Wilson. Wilson to play it in on the inline, 16-2 with 5:28 to play in the first half here at Wilson Elementary School. Inbounds goes to Farley. Farley now will walk it across the timeline. Dribbles to the right wing, picks up the dribble. Needs help. Now we'll find Phillips. Phillips drives the baseline, tries to get some separation, partially blocked by Dishman, taken out there by Hilham. Collins wanting to run. Collins in the front court, dribbling top of the key for the Lady Tigers. Working there at the half-court circle. Collins goes right side now to Stacy. Stacy, high post, they go to Copeland. Her jumper from the right elbow is no good. Rebound taken away by Cooper for Wilson. Now to Farley. Farley, top of the key, works it right side on the dribble. Lobs it underneath Phillips. Long two-point jump shot's no good there. Trying to chase down the rebound is Collins, but it goes off her hands and out of bounds. Touch last by Hilham. Basketball going to go, or going to stay with Wilson as Collins going to leave. Romines will come in replacing her. Bowman will leave. Coming in replacing her will be number 31. That is Bella Phillips checking in for Hilham. Natalie Phillips to throw in for Wilson. It's going to be knocked away and picked up by Romines. Stacy got the deflection. Romines got the steal. Romines at the half-court circle, dribbling with the left hand. Tries to go down low to Dishman. Wasn't expecting it. Went out of bounds. Turnover by Hilham. We'll give it to Wilson. Lady Warriors will play it in on the inline with Shadwell going inbounds to Farley. Farley gained some instructions from Coach Jacelyn Varble on the bench there for the Lady Warriors. She'll bring it front court. Pass deflected away by Romines and out of bounds. Touch last by Hilham. It will stay with Wilson as they'll play it in right in front of Coach Marley Sales of the Hilham Lady Tigers. Shadwell to throw in. Right corner, Phillips. 17-foot jumper's no good. Rebound taken away by Cook. Cook will try to save it, but Romines will get the steal. Romines now to Stacy. Ball knocked free, but Romines gets it back. Romines on the right side will drive. Little floater on the right baseline's no good. Rebound taken away by Cooper. Cooper picks up the dribble, felt Romines behind her and avoids the turnover. To Phillips now on the right side. Phillips picks up the dribble. Phillips long skip pass will get to Cook. Then her pass taken away by Romines. Romines will drive. Left side layup good. Adriana Romines, her fourth point of the game. Extends the lead back to 16 at 18-2. That's been their biggest lead of this contest. Farley inside to Shadwell. Left-hand jumper in the lanes, banking, no good. Rebound Stacy. Then she's going to be tied up by Farley, and the arrow will give it to Hilham. Hilham's going to get number 24, Corinne Rigsby, into the ball game for the first time. Rigsby checking in as inbounds goes to Romines. Romines will bring it front court, working the ball at the half-court circle. Left corner they go to Copeland. Her long two is off the back iron, no good. Rebound Cook for Wilson. Cook now to Cooper. Cooper to Phillips to bring it across the timeline. Phillips works it to the right elbow. Will take the jump shot there and knock it down. Natalie Phillips with her first two of the second quarter for Wilson, cuts the lead down to 14 at 18-4. Halfway through this second quarter here at Wilson Elementary School. Left baseline, Copeland. Copeland up top to Stacy. Wilson kind of matching up out of that zone a little bit. They try to go inside. Pass taken away by Cook. Farley in the front court. Pass deflected, stolen by Romines. Romines tiptoeing down the sideline, will stay in bounds. Floater on the left side is no good. Rebound taken away by Natalie Phillips, and she's going to be tied up by Carissa Copeland, and the arrow this time will give it to Wilson. Hilham going to get number 11 into the lineup. That's Emmy Carr coming back in, and she'll come in replacing Blakely Stacy. It'll be Shadwell to play the ball in the backcourt with 2.5 to play in the first half, and Hilham leading 18-4. Farley, right side through the hands of Phillips. She's able to save it from getting out of bounds. Phillips will drop it off now to Cook. Cook will drive, gets inside. Driving layup on this right side is good by Macy Cook. 2 in the quarter, 4 in the game for Cook. Cuts the lead to 12 at 18-6. Romines in the front court. Goes right corner out of Copeland. They double team. Copeland tries to go back to Romines. It's knocked away by Wilson and out of bounds. Touched last by the Lady Warriors, so Romines to throw in. Romines plays it to Carr, right back to Romines. In the corner they go to Copeland. 18-foot jump shot on the right side's no good. Rebound taken away by Wilson. Farley will bring it front court. Cook got that rebound. Farley right baseline to Phillips. They double team. Phillips backs it back out to Farley. Jumper from 16 feet on the right side's no good. Rebound fought for inside. Phillips trying to pull it out of there. We'll get the ball over to Cooper. Her jumper's no good. Rebound Phillips again for Wilson. This time they'll tie her up though, as Copeland and Phillips will tie it up. And the arrow is going to give it to Hilham. Lady Tigers will play it on the inline, as coming back in will be Jaden Stansberry. Checking in for the first time for Hilham is number 33, Kobe Davis, out there. And also number 15 checking in. We don't have a 15. We'll have to try to figure out who that is, as it will be a turnover by Hilham. Wilson will bring it front court as we move under a minute to play in the first half. Shadwell, left side jumper is no good. Rebound taken away by Hilham. Is there to pull it is Bella Phillips. Stansberry in the front court on the right side. Will cross to the left hand. Was it touched as she goes back court to get it? And it was not. It's going to be an over and back violation against Hilham that will give the basketball back to Wilson. They'll play it in front court with 44.4 seconds to play in the first half, with Hilham leading 18-6. Inbounds goes to Farley. Farley, pass intercepted. Stansberry with the steal. Stansberry cut off by Farley. Will spin into the paint. Right baseline Carr. Carr will drive. Has it knocked away. Ball is loose. Recovered there by Hilham, then taken away by Farley. Farley quickly in the front court on the drive. Gets inside. Layup rimming out. Rebound fought for, and whistle stopping play. As the officials get together to signal the call. It's going to be a double foul. Grace Farley will pick up her first. Jaden Stansberry will pick up her first. And it will be a jump ball on the double foul, so the possession will go to Hilham with 20 seconds to play here in the first half. Carr to throw in. They'll play it into Stansberry. Stansberry now will bring it front court. Stansberry works it right side. In the corner now to Carr. Carr steps inside the arc, inside Phillips. Her jumper in the paint's no good. Rebound McLeod back in there for Wilson. McLeod into the front court. Will pick up the dribble. Goes to Cooper. And the time will run out. So we're at halftime. It is Hilham 18, Wilson 6. We'll have the second half coming up in just a little bit.
This is Tyler from Overton Events. I wanted to take a moment to tell you about Maxwell's Computers, my main job throughout the day, and it's an IT business. We handle all businesses, churches, and local government agencies, and I could list all of the locations we have done work for in the past, but I won't. Just go out and ask a friend and see what they say. I like to think our reputation speaks for itself. We can do it all from off-site backups, websites, network and server management, and basic PC repair, cleanup, and maintenance, all at a price that will be within your budget. Don't think you can afford a good IT business to take care of your network? I can promise you our service agreement contracts will be at a lower rate than any of our competitors. If not, we'll match it. Our goal is to service the Overton County area, and treat and talk to everyone about their computer needs in a way that all can understand and agree on, as well as provide fast and reliable service. We are open 24/7 to all of our businesses, churches, and local government contracts and will respond to you no matter the problem at the fastest speed we can. Or I'll discount your entire month's payment. Give me a call at 931-704-7156 or email me at maxwellscomputers@gmail.com, or you can email us at tyler@overtonevents.com. Thank you.
Quality care close to home. Livingston Regional Hospital.
Protecting the newest Overton County residents. Livingston Regional, named one of the state's best award winners for its work at reducing infant mortality. The Best Award focuses on the importance of breastfeeding, early elective delivery reduction, and safe sleep for Tennessee babies.
Quality care close to home. Livingston Regional Hospital.
Start the second half just trying to get some of these numbers straightened out for Hilham, and I'm not sure that we are there all the way. Number 12, they tell me, is Lila Bowman now. Number 15, Carissa Copeland. And they've got a number 22 out there that's not on the roster. I apologize. To everybody watching at home, if it's your child, I just don't have the number. So we apologize as Reese Collins brings it front court. Good Pastures jumper on the left side, no good. Rebound Phillips, ball knocked away by Collins, stolen by Collins, and it goes off the foot of a Wilson player. Collins will chase it down, but they're going to call over and back here. That I thought went off of Wilson, but the official says no, and it'll be Wilson to play the ball in. as Kiara Shadwell to throw in. Goes inbounds to Phillips. Collins knocked it away, and a foul going to be called on Reese Collins. Picking up her first. Team's first here in the second half. As Shadwell to throw in to McLeod. Left side three is banking, no good. Rebound taken away by Goodpasture. Goodpasture now to Romines, to Collins, top of the key. Collins dribbling on the left side. Now we'll work it into the paint. Collins will drive, floater in front, rolling good. Reese Collins. Soft touch by Collins. She's got 7. And it'll be Wilson to play the ball in on the inline. They go inbounds to Phillips. Right, she'll bring it front court. Left side McLeod, back to Phillips up top. Her 19-foot jumper's no good. Rebound Romines for Hilham. Romines into the front court to Goodpasture down low. Goodpasture's jumper's no good, but a foul going to be called on Wilson. And free throws here for Emerson Goodpasture. Foul going to go on Kiara Shadwell. She'll pick up her first. Team's first here in the second half. This will put Goodpasture on the free throw line to shoot 2. As she goes there with 4:55 to play in the third quarter. Free throw bouncing, no good. Second free throw coming up for Goodpasture. Puts this one on the way and knocks it down. So Goodpasture makes 1 out of 2. Wilson will play the ball in, 21-6. Hilham in front by 15. Phillips brings it front court. Phillips jumper from 18 is good. Natalie Phillips. Phillips 2 in the quarter. She's got 4 in the game as Collins brings it front court for Hilham. Collins now to Romines. On the baseline they go to Goodpasture. Her jumper from 18 is good. Emerson Goodpasture, 3 in the quarter. She's got 5 in the game. Hilham in front now 23-8. Phillips will bring it front court for the Lady Warriors. Phillips on the right side. Up top to Shadwell. Now to McLeod. McLeod has it knocked away, stolen by Collins. Collins trying to save it. Cooper will knock the pass away and out of bounds. Touch last by Wilson. It will go to Hilham as they get number 13 onto the floor. That is Macy Melton checking in for the Lady Tigers. Collins, right side they go to Romines. Romines back to Collins at the half-court stripe. Collins dribbles to the left wing. I had her as 20. So, again, I apologize. These numbers, they said they got new uniforms today, and apparently they haven't gotten them all straightened out. But there's a 3 by Romines that is good. By Adriana, she's got 7. So they tell me that Blakely Stacy is 22. Natalie Phillips will take the shot in the paint. It's no good. And on the rebound, the foul going to go on Callie Cooper. Cooper will pick up her second. Hilham to play the ball in as Grace Farley will check back in for Wilson. She'll come in replacing Lily McLeod. Adriana Romines to throw in. Goes inbounds Collins. Collins now will bring it front court on the dribble. Collins working to the left side. Will dribble there for the Lady Tigers. Ball knocked away and stolen by Farley. Farley will bring it front court on the dribble. Then Collins took it away. Collins with the steal for the Lady Tigers as she'll bring it across the timeline. Collins will drive, pulls up in the paint, jumper in front, bouncing no good. Rebound taken away by Romines. Then Cooper will knock it out of bounds. Touch last by Wilson. Basketball going to stay with Hilham as we're halfway through the third quarter. As checking back in for Hilham is number 12, Lila Bowman. See who they tell me is wearing number 12, and number 3, Mercy Dishman. Also coming in, Jaden Stansberry checking back in, wearing number 10 and number 11, Emmy Carr. Inbounds goes to Farley to bring it front court on the dribble. Farley now across the timeline. Jumper by Wilson, no good. On the rebound, a jump ball going to be called. And the arrow going to keep it with Wilson. 2:48 to play in the third. As Shadwell plays the ball underneath Farley. Her jumper on the right side's good. Grace Farley. Farley has her first two. 26-10. Hilham in front with 2.5 to play in the third quarter. Stansberry will drive. Steps around the screen. A double dribble going to be called. Turnover by Hilham. We'll give it right back to Wilson as the Lady Warriors will play it in the backcourt. Shadwell stepping out to throw in. Goes inbounds to Farley. Farley now across the timeline. Left corner they go to Phillips. Phillips back to Farley. Carr hounding her defensively. Farley right side now to Shadwell around the Farley screen with the left-hand dribble. She'll take the jumper on the left side. It's off the back of the iron, no good. Cook with the offensive rebound, back up and in. Macy Cook with the offensive rebound and putback has her sixth. 26-12. Hilham in front as Carr brings it front court on the dribble. Carr at the half-court circle. Right side they go to Copeland. Her jumper there is good. To Bowman. Lila Bowman with her first two. Ball knocked free, but Phillips will get to it. Inside Cook, open on the right block. Her jumper banking, no good. Rebound taken away by Bowman. And a jump ball going to be called. Hilham getting number 20 back on the floor, and I'm thinking that's Blakely Stacy. As Stansberry goes inbounds to Carr. Carr now will bring it front court to Stansberry on the left side. Stansberry dribbling top of the key, right side Dishman. She'll take the jumper from 16. It's no good. Carr with the offensive rebound, back up and in. Put back by Emmy Carr for her 6th point of the night. Wilson plays it in to Farley. Farley now to bring it front court. Slowly walking the ball up the floor. Works it at the half-court circle. High post they go to Shadwell. Left side Phillips. Her jumper in there is banking, no good. Rebound on the floor. They dive after it, and they're going to tie it up. And the arrow will keep it with Wilson. Lady Warriors will play it in on the end line. This will be Shadwell stepping out to throw in. She'll play, no, it'll be Phillips to throw in. Right side on the baseline. Cooper able to make the catch in the crowd. To Phillips stepping in bounds. Her jumper's no good. Farley with the offensive rebound to Shadwell. Right back to Farley. Jumper in the lane, no good. Stansberry with the rebound for Hilham. Stansberry, long lead to Carr wanting to run. Carr will drive. Right side layup, rims out. Rebound taken away by Shadwell. Her pass deflected, but it gets to Phillips. Phillips now across the timeline. Phillips working on the right side. Will take the jumper. It's banking, no good. Rebound going to go to Stacy for Hilham. Now to Stansberry. Stansberry to Carr. Carr back to Stansberry. We're having some video difficulty. Tyler's telling me the camera, something's happened to it. Left side jumper by Copeland is no good. Rebound Cooper. Cooper now for Wilson. Will give the ball up to Farley. Farley up top. Picks up the dribble. Trying to go back to Shadwell, but the pass gets out of bounds. So the turnover going to give it back to Hilham with 7 seconds to play in the third quarter. And Hilham leading 30-12. Inbounds goes to Carr. Carr to Dishman. Long 2-point jumper is banking, no good. Rebound tapped around, and that will end the third quarter. After 3 complete, it is Hilham 30, Wilson 12. Oh, you think he'll stay on? Yeah. Ready to start the fourth quarter here in Wilson as the possession going to go to Hilham. And again, if we have the wrong numbers with the wrong players, we apologize. We'll have that straightened out by the next game as the inbounds goes to Stansberry for Hilham. Left baseline Dishman. She'll take the jumper. It's no good. Rebound Cooper for Wilson. Cooper then will be called for the travel. Tried to make that pass to McLeod, but she was covered up, and then when she tried to stop the pass, it will be a travel call, and the turnover going to give it back to Hilham. Stansberry on the right side, dribbles up top with the left hand. Stansberry goes left side, Stacy, back to Stansberry. Stansberry at the half-court circle. Crosses back to the left hand. Down the corner, Dishman. Dishman will skip it back to Stansberry up top. Stansberry will drive, gets underneath. Hands off to Goodpasture. Her shot blocked away and taken out of the air by McLeod. That was Phillips that got the block. McLeod into the front court on the dribble. Picks up the dribble, and travel going to be called. Walk against Wilson. Going to give it back to Hilham as they'll play the ball in the backcourt. With Stansberry stepping out to throw in. And she'll play it in to Stacy. Stacy back to Stansberry. Left corner Dishman. 18-foot jump shot's no good. Dishman gets her own rebound. Shot blocked this time. Rebound Goodpasture back up, no good. Rebound taken away by Stansberry. Stansberry will take the shot. It's no good, but she'll draw a foul from Callie Cooper, and Cooper will pick up her second here in the second half against Wilson. This is going to put Jaden Stansberry on the free throw line to shoot 2. Stansberry stepping up there for the first time, looking for her first points of the game. Free throw by Jaden is good. Stansberry with her first point as Hilham gets number 31, Bella Phillips, back in the ball game. Also back in, number 24, Cren Rigsby, checking in. Second free throw from Stansberry. That one's good as well. Stansberry makes them both. It's 32-12. Hilham in front. Inbounds goes to Phillips. Phillips now will bring it front court on the dribble. Phillips works at the right elbow. Will pull up. Jumper banking, no good. Rebound taken away by Goodpasture. Now to Stansberry. Stansberry quickly in the front court will drive. Left side jumper blocked away by Shadwell. But it goes off Wilson and out of bounds. Hilham will play it in. On the baseline, Stansberry, right side, Goodpasture. 18-foot jump shot is no good. Rebound taken away by Cook. Cook controlling for Wilson. She'll bring it up the right side. Looks to go coast to coast. Cut off by Stansberry. Kicks it back out to Phillips. Her jumper's banking, no good. Stansberry with the rebound. Stansberry now across the timeline, dribbling on the left side. Stansberry works to the free throw line. Now will dribble across. Goes up top. Phillips. Phillips left elbow jumper's no good. Rebound taken out of the air by Goodpasture. Goodpasture's shot blocked away. Stansberry will save it. Saves it inbounds, but taken away there by Shadwell. Shadwell driving on the right side. Her layup banking, no good. Rebound tapped around. Cook will get to it. Will put it back up and in. Macy Cook, 2 in the quarter. She's got 8 in the game to lead all scorers now with 8. 32-14. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Hilham got to hurry to get this inbounds. Finally, Goodpasture comes back to help out Stansberry. Stansberry across the timeline, dribbling between the circles. Right side they go, Goodpasture. Her jumper is good. Emerson Goodpasture. Goodpasture, 2 in the quarter. She's got 7 in the game now. For Hilham, they're being led by 3 players with 7. Goodpasture, Reese Collins, and Adriana Romines. The front court with it is Phillips. And a foul going to be called on Hilham. Picking it up, Kobe Davis picking up the foul. Carr coming back in for Hilham. Collins coming back in for Hilham. Also back in, number 32. And I'm not sure who that is. McLeod with it. Up top now to Phillips. Phillips has it knocked away and stolen by Collins. Collins quickly in the front court. She'll drive on the left side. Backs it back out. Now to Phillips at the free throw line. Phillips back to Collins between the circles. Right side they go to Carr. Carr with the left-hand dribble. Gets inside. Jumper's banking, no good. Rebound going to be taken away by Shadwell as we're halfway through the fourth quarter with Hilham leading 34-14. McLeod on the left side. McLeod looks to drive with the left hand. Forces up a jumper, no good. Phillips with the rebound for Hilham. And she has it knocked away by Phillips for Wilson, and a travel going to be called. Walk on Hilham will give the basketball back to Wilson. Shadwell stepping out to throw in. Goes inbounds to Phillips. Her jumper on the right side's no good. Carr with the rebound. Now to Collins. Collins quickly in the front court all the way to the rim. Driving layup good. Reese Collins. Collins with 2 in the quarter. 9 in the game. She leads all scorers now with 9. 36-14. Hilham in front by 22 with 2.5 to play in the fourth quarter. McLeod on the left side. Collins reaching in. Going to be called for the foul. Reese will pick up her second. Team second here in the second half. And it'll be a throw in here for Wilson on the left side as Shadwell stepping out to throw in. Lays it into Farley. Farley dribbling between the circles. Farley now to Shadwell. Shadwell goes left side to Phillips. Her jumper's no good. Carr with the rebound to Collins. Collins quickly in the front court, dribbling top of the key. Collins works it left side. In the lane, Bella Phillips. Her jumper in front, banking, no good. Rebound loose inside. Natalie Phillips will come up with it for Wilson. Phillips in the front court. Collins knocked it away, but Phillips got it back to Farley. Now to Shadwell on the right side. Back to Farley. Top of the key three is good. Grace Farley. Farley knocks down the triple. She's got 5. Now for Wilson. Collins in the front court. Dribbling on the right side. Collins now to Carr. Carr with the left-hand dribble. Works her way inside. Ball knocked away. She'll save it back out to Collins. In the paint, Phillips. Her shot blocked away by Natalie Phillips and taken away by Wilson. Phillips in the front court. Underneath Cooper running the floor, and Carr is going to foul her. Foul on Emmy Carr, going to be her first, team's third. And this will put Wilson at the free throw line to shoot 2 with Callie Cooper going there for their first free throw attempts of the game, coming with 1:33 to play in the fourth quarter. Cooper stepping up there, shooting 2. Dribbling the basketball there. Free throws on the way and no good. She'll have another opportunity as Hilham's going to get Mercy Dishman back in the game. Checking in is Chloe Gentry coming in. Carr and Collins going to sit down. Also back out there is number 15 for Hilham, Carissa Copeland. Free throw here by Cooper is no good. Dishman will get the rebound for Hilham. Dishman now will bring it front court. Dishman on the left side will take the runner. It's banking, no good. Rebound in the lane. They scramble for it, and a travel going to be called on Hilham. Turnover will give it back to Wilson as they'll play it in on the end line. Kiara Shadwell stepping out to throw in. Goes inbounds to Farley. Farley now going to walk it across the timeline. Works the ball, front court on the dribble. Farley double teamed. Left elbow, they go to Phillips. Her jumper's banking, no good. Farley gets the offensive rebound. Back up in the lane, no good. Cooper with another board for Wilson. Backs it back out to Phillips. Her jumper banking, no good. Rebound Phillips for Hilham. Farley knocked it away, but Hilham will get to it. They'll bring it front court on the dribble. Hilham gets underneath. Jumper inside's no good. Rebound taken away by Shadwell. Now to Farley. We're under a minute to play. Farley going to drive. Gets to the front of the rim. Driving layup, no good. Farley gets her own rebound. Back up and in. Grace Farley. 5 in the quarter. 7 in the game now for Wilson as Hilham will play it in on the end line. They'll throw in the backcourt as the Lady Tigers bring it front court on the dribble. Working on the right side. 20 seconds to play in the game. Ball knocked free, stolen by Shadwell. Shadwell going to drive, pulls up in the lane, jumper rimming no good. Dishman with the rebound. Then whistle will stop playing. The jump ball going to be called, and the Arrows going to keep it with Wilson. They'll play it in on the end line as the Lady Warriors step out to throw in. Right side to Farley. Her jumper for 2 is no good. Rebound Cook, back up and in. Macy Cook in double figures. She's got 10 for the Lady Warriors, and that will be your final score. Hilham wins it 36-21 with the loss. Wilson sees their record drop to 1-4 overall. They go to 0-1 in Overton County play. Lady Warriors led by Macy Cook. 10 points in the game for Cook to lead all scorers. 7 points scored tonight by Grace Farley, and 4 in the game by Natalie Phillips to give them their total of 21. They went 0 of 2 from the free throw line as a team as Callie Cooper attempted both of those free throws. Hilham being led by Reese Collins. 9 points in the game for Collins, including 1 of 2 from the free throw line. 7 points for Adriana Roman. She made 1 3-point field goal. 2 points in the game for Lila Bowman. 6 points scored tonight. Rather, it should be 7 points in the game for Emmy Carr. Carr was 7, as she was 1 of 2 from the free throw line. 2 points scored tonight by Jaden Stansberry on 2 of 2 from the free throw line. And 7 points tonight for Emerson Goodpasture, as she was 1 of 2 from the free throw line in the game. As a team, Hilham got to the line 8 times. They made 3 of 8 from the free throw line. They did not make a 3-point field goal. Wilson made the 1 3-pointer by Grace Farley. Again, your final, Hilham 36, Wilson 21. We'll take this break. We'll have the boys' game coming up in just a little bit.
close to home. Livingston Regional Hospital.
Protecting the newest Overton County residents. Livingston Regional, named one of the state's best award winners for its work at reducing infant mortality. The Best Award focuses on the importance of breastfeeding, early elective delivery reduction, and safe sleep for Tennessee babies.
Quality care close to home. Livingston Regional Hospital.
Back here with the boys matchup tonight as the Hilham girls get the win over Wilson in the opening game by a final score of 36-21. Now we move to the boys matchup between Hilham and Wilson. First of all, for the visiting Tigers of Hilham Elementary School, they're 1-2 overall, 0-1 in county play. Their head coach Richard Young and assistant coach Amber Gentry. They'll start like this: number 4, Parker Greenwood; number 12, Corbin Burns; number 22, Avery Walker; number 23, Landon Danner; and number 24, Nathan Raines, the starting 5 for the Tigers of Hilham Elementary. Again, number 4, Parker Greenwood; number 12, Corbin Burns; number 22, Avery Walker; number 23, Landon Danner; and number 24, Nathan Raines, the starting 5 for Hilham, dressed in the road orange, the white numbers, the navy blue trim on the basketball uniforms. Now for Wilson, under head coach Al Wells, they are 2-2 overall. They have not yet played a county game in this 2022-2023 season. They'll start like this: number 12, Grayson Phillips; number 20, Xavier Phillips; number 23, Lakin Sparks; number 24, Isaac Baldwin; and number 45, Cody McLeod, the starting 5 for the Wilson boys. Against number 12, Grayson Phillips; number 20, Xavier Phillips; number 23, Lakin Sparks; number 24, Isaac Baldwin; and number 45, Cody McLeod, the starting 5 for Wilson, dressed in the home white, the blue numbers, the black trim on the basketball uniforms, wearing the blue shorts tonight with the white tops. They'll be moving to the bucket to our right as the home team. Hilham moving to the bucket to our left as we get ready to get this one underway. Starters introduced to the crowd here at Wilson Elementary. It's been a long night. This night got underway at 5 with the girls Bantam. That ended up going 4 overtimes before Hilham finally won the girls Bantam game 10-8. And the boys Bantam, Hilham won that one. Hilham girls won 36-21, and now Raines to jump against McLeod. Basketball in the air, tap going to be controlled by Wilson. Is coming down with it is Xavier Phillips. He'll bring it front court, goes right side now to Sparks. Sparks in the lane they go to McLeod. Ball knocked free, it rolls over to Grayson Phillips. Back up top to Sparks. Sparks now to Xavier Phillips. To McLeod, back to Sparks on the right side. Down low they go to Baldwin. Baldwin works on the baseline. His jumper banking no good. Rebound tapped around, and Hilham coming out there with it. On the run is Danner. Danner, top of the key, will go right corner now to Raines. Raines back out to Greenwood. Greenwood dribbling against the matchup zone. Backs it back out to Danner. Right corner 3 ball by Danner is no good. Rebound taken away by McLeod for Wilson. McLeod now to Sparks to bring it front court. Sparks now to Grayson Phillips. High post McLeod to Xavier Phillips. Phillips on the left wing, back to McLeod at the free throw line. Right side they go to Sparks. Sparks Pull up short corner jumper on the right baseline is good. Lakin Sparks. He has his first two of the game for either team. Puts Wilson in front 2-0. They jump into some 2-2-1 pressure, but Hilham gets it front court. They will drive. They get underneath on the dribble drive by Burns. His jumper on the left baseline is good. Corbin Burns scores the first two for Hilham to tie this one up at 2 apiece. Inbounds goes to Sparks. Sparks now to McLeod. McLeod on the right side picks up the dribble, goes down low. Baldwin posting up. They'll kick it to Xavier Phillips. He'll step inside the arc. The long 2-point jumper is good. Xavier Phillips got the kind bounce on the home rim as the inbounds goes to Danner. Danner now tried to get the ball to Burns. McLeod took it away. Then his pass deflected and stolen by Burns. Raines got a hand on it to knock it free, and now reach going to be called on Xavier Phillips. Phillips will pick up his first foul in the first half against Wilson, as Raines will step out to throw in on the inline. 4:09 to play first quarter. 4-2 Wilson in front here in this boys matchup, as Greenwood tying the shoelace over near the mid-court stripe. Raines to throw in. Goes inbounds to Danner. Danner now will bring the ball across the timeline. Danner works at the half-court circle around the Burns screen. Danner takes the deep three. It's no good. Burns hustles to try to save it, but can't get to it. That's Greenwood trying to get to it, but couldn't save it inbounds, and the ball will go to Wilson. Inbounds goes Xavier Phillips. Phillips now will bring it front court. Quick crossover to the left hand. Gets him top of the key. Kicks it out to Grayson Phillips. Phillips inside Baldwin. Baldwin almost tied up by Raines. His pass taken away by Greenwood. Greenwood cut off there by Phillips. Xavier Phillips able to take away that dribble, and now Burns will bring it front court. Burns there, top of the key, goes left side, Danner. Danner works it right side, Burns. Again, Xavier Phillips knocked it away, but knocked it out of bounds. Touched last by Wilson. Basketball going to stay with Hilham in the front court as they'll play it in on the inline, with Nathan Raines stepping out to throw in. Raines plays it right side, Danner. His fall away three is good. Landon Danner with the fadeaway triple on the far side scores his first bucket. The first three of the game by either team, and Hilham moves in front 5-4. Baldwin drops it off Grayson Phillips. His fall away is banking, no good. Baldwin with the offensive rebound as Hilham went to the bench. Sparks with it. Down low they go to Baldwin. Baldwin back out to Sparks. Ball deflected, but gets to McLeod. McLeod now left side, Xavier Phillips. His three to answer is no good. Rebound Raines. Hilham has brought in, or that is Avery Walker got the start. Haven't seen him out there yet. Now Danner will drive. His floater in the lane's good. Landon Danner. Danner with his fifth. Hilham moves in front by 3, 7-4 here in the first quarter with 2:41 to play in the first. Let's take a moment to thank our sponsors for making tonight's broadcast possible. Livingston Family Healthcare, Gary Maxwell Insurance, Puckett's Family Dentistry, Overton County News, W&O Construction, R&M Family Pharmacy, E.B. Gray Jewelry, First Church, Farmers Insurance, Rick Savage, Maynard's Automotive, Livingston Dairy Queen, Hall Funeral Home, Bullseye Security, Exit Realty, Midstate Construction, Physical Medicine Center of the Cumberlands, Jerry's IGA, the Raines Family, Wayne's Grill, Livingston Regional Hospital, Lucky Red Stables, Oakley Equipment Rental, Wascon Incorporated, and Willow Grove Marina. Cody McLeod stepping out to throw in against pressure now by Hilham. They're 1-2-1-1 in the full court. McLeod gets it back from Sparks. Across the timeline to Xavier Phillips. Hands off to Sparks. Sparks, dangerous pass. Danner knocked it away, and Danner took it away. Danner will drive. Spin in the lane. Jumper's banking, no good. Rebound tap back out. Danner will get to it. Danner on the right side for Hilham. Working the ball, right baseline. His pull-up jumper for 2 is no good. Rebound taken away by Grayson Phillips. Grayson now will bring it front court for the Warriors. Works at top of the key. Will cross to the left hand. High post they go. McLeod off his hands. Able to save it to Xavier Phillips. Now Sparks on the right side. His floater's banking good. Lakin Sparks. Sparks with the soft touch on the bank shot. He's got his 4th point of the game and cuts the lead down to 1 at 7-6. Danner across the timeline to Burns on this left side. Burns now to Greenwood. Steps back to take the three. It's banking, no good. Long rebound. Greenwood got his own. Greenwood in the paint will save it to Burns. 16-foot jumper on the left side, no good. Greenwood taps the rebound, but Xavier Phillips will save it, but he saves it right to Burns. Burns in the front court now for the Tigers. Burns dribbling there at the half-court stripe. Works it to the right side to Greenwood. In the corner they go to Raines. Raines tried to go down low to Walker, but stepping in front to make the steal was Wilson's Isaac Baldwin. The front court with it, Grayson Phillips. Phillips behind the back, keeps the dribble alive. Now double team, ball knocked away, but right to McLeod. His left elbow jumper's no good. Rebound taken away by Danner for Hilham. Danner goes left side to Burns in the front court. Burns dribbling through the lane to Greenwood on the right side. Greenwood backs it back out to Burns. He'll take the open three. It's no good. Can Raines save it? He can, but saves it right to McLeod as we move inside a minute to play in the first quarter. Grayson Phillips brings it across the timeline to Sparks. Sparks back to Grayson Phillips through his hands. Saves it from getting backcourt, though. And now he will have his pass taken away. Danner with the steal, almost tied up by McLeod, and now they'll call the jump ball. They'll call something. It's going to be a foul on Cody McLeod. McLeod will pick up his first, team's second here in the first half. So Raines stepping out to throw in for the Tigers. He plays it to Burns. Burns in the front court. Working the ball top of the key. Back to Danner. Wilson may have matched up man-to-man. Raines now to Burns. His three on the right side is rimming, no good. Long rebound. Raines will try to save it. Will do so. Saves it to Burns. Burns dribbling through to Danner. Danner's deep three on this left side. Good. Landon Danner from way downtown knocks down his second three. Hilham in front 10-6. Inside Baldwin to Sparks. His right side three to Answers off the back of the iron. No good. That's tapped around by Baldwin, but the quarter will end right there. Good first quarter by Hilham. We're through one complete. It's Hilham 10, Wilson 6. We'll be back for the second quarter right after this.
Close to home. Livingston Regional Hospital.
Protecting the newest Overton County residents. Livingston Regional, named one of the state's best award winners for its work at reducing infant mortality. The BEST Award focuses on the importance of breastfeeding, early elective delivery reduction, and safe sleep for Tennessee babies.
Quality care close to home. Livingston Regional Hospital.
After one quarter, a big first quarter by Landon Danner. 8 points in the quarter for Danner as he's hit 2 threes to lead all scorers. 2 points in the first half for Corbin Burns. For Wilson, they've got Lakin Sparks with 4, Xavier Phillips with 2. No fouls called on Hilham in the first quarter. Wilson has been called for 2 as the teams get some final instructions from their respective head coaches. Hilham going to send Burns, Raines, Danner, Walker, and a new player out there, number 1, Hayden Staggs, checking in. He comes in replacing Parker Greenwood. Wilson going to get number 4, Jacob Smith, onto the floor for the first time. Also out there for the first time is number 50. We don't have a 50 on the roster we were given. Inbounds goes to Burns. Burns going to drive. Goes left corner now to Staggs. Staggs up top to Danner. Danner at the half-court stripe. Danner dribbling there, works it into the paint. Floater blocked away by McLeod, taken away by Smith. Now to Baldwin. Baldwin back to Smith. Smith will bring it across the timeline to Sparks on the right side. Sparks pass knocked away by Raines. Raines will steal it. Then Raines has it knocked away, but it goes off his hands and out of bounds. Touch last by Hilham. Wilson will play it in right side front court with Cody McLeod stepping out to throw in. Dion Burke is number 50 for Wilson. Thank you, Tyler. The front court with it is McLeod down low posting up. His jumper banking no good. Burke will knock it out of bounds. Touch last by Wilson. It will go to Hilham. Raines will play the ball in to Danner. Just underway with the second quarter. Hilham leading 10-6 here in Wilson, looking for their first win in the county. Wilson looking to get started with a win here in the county. Burns will drive. He'll work it all the way to the glass. The layup good. Corbin Burns. Burns off a high pick on the right elbow. Able to get all the way to the window. Banks it in for his 4th point. Extends the lead to 6 now at 12-6. Sparks in the front court. His pass knocked away by Raines, but Sparks gets it back. Now to Baldwin. Down low to Burke. Dribbles it off at his foot. It's loose inside. Coming up with it is McLeod. His jumper down low is no good. Rebound taken away by Staggs. Staggs now to Danner to bring it front court. Danner works it right side to Burns. Burns will drive. Ball knocked away and out of bounds off Wilson. Touched last by the Warriors. It will stay with Hilham with Raines stepping out to throw in. Raines to play the ball in on the inline, right side. Goes right corner, Danner. 3 ball in the air is no good. Long rebound knocked out of bounds. It'll be touched last by Wilson as it goes off the fingertips of Jacob Smith. Ball going to stay with Hilham. They'll play it in at the end of the Wilson bench as Nathan Raines stepping out to throw in. Raines plays it in to Burns. Burns to the left elbow. Ball knocked free. Tries to get down low to Walker. Sparks will save it off of Walker and out of bounds. Heads up play by Lakins to bring it up court. Smith now will bring the ball across the timeline. Works to the free throw line and walks with the basketball. Actually a double dribble is going to be the call. Turnover by Wilson. We'll give it right back to Hilham as Grayson Phillips, number 12, and Xavier Phillips, number 20, will check back in. Jacob Smith going to sit down, as is Dion Burke. Raines to throw in the backcourt. So he'll play the ball in. Goes to Burns. Burns on the right wing. Up top now to Danner. Danner tried to go inside to Walker, but it's kicked away by Grayson Phillips. Touch last by the Warriors. It will stay with Hilham. Raines stepping out to throw in, right side front court. Goes inbounds to Walker on the right block. Hands off Raines, came to the rim. His layup no good, but a foul going to be called on Wilson. And we'll have free throws here. Our first free throws of the game, coming with 3:57 to play in the second quarter. Foul going to go on number 24, Isaac Baldwin, picking up his first, team's third. Nathan Raines to the free throw line to shoot 2 for the Tigers. Looking for his first points of the night, looking to give Hilham the lead, but can't connect on the free throw. He'll have the second opportunity as Hilham's going to get number 13, Aiden Jones, into the ball game for the first time. He'll replace Hayden Staggs. Second free throw coming up from Raines. Puts this one on the way. That one's banking, no good. Rebound McLeod. McLeod now to Grayson Phillips, to Sparks to bring it front court. Sparks back to Grayson Phillips. He'll go back out to Xavier Phillips. They almost turned it over. Phillips top of the key 3 is no good. McLeod back up and in. Cody McLeod not coming down with that one. Just taps it in volleyball style for his first 2. And Wilson's cut the lead to 4 at 12-8. Down low, Walker has it go off his hands. He'll save it from getting out of bounds though. Walker now to Jones. To Burns, 19-foot jumper out top by Corbin's no good, but he'll get his own rebound. Burns on the left side. They look to double team, and you could hear the slap, and I think that's what got the call on Grayson Phillips. Phillips will pick up his first, team's 4th here in the first half, and Hilham will play the ball in, left side front court. Pass knocked away. That's McLeod there to knock it away. Raines plays it into Burns in the backcourt. He'll bring it across the timeline. We're halfway through the second quarter with Hilham leading 12-8 here in Wilson. Girls game earlier, Hilham won that one 36-21. Ball knocked away and out of bounds. Touch last by Hilham. It will go to Wilson. Cody McLeod to throw in to Xavier Phillips. Phillips now to Sparks. Lob down low, McLeod. McLeod drops it off to Baldwin. Baldwin right side layup, no good. McLeod gets the rebound, knocked away by Walker. It's loose. Burns will come up with it. Burns now to Danner. Danner in the front court, going to drive. Wild shot in the lane's no good, but a foul going to go on Wilson. That is Grayson Phillips picking up his second. Team's 5th. First player for either team to pick up as many as 2. So he'll have to go to the bench for a while, as Landon Danner will go to the free throw line to shoot 2 here. trying to be the first player into double figures. Free throw by Danner is good. 1 in the quarter, 9 in the game for Landon Danner. As Grayson Phillips will sit down, Dion Burke will come in replacing him. Hilham going to get Hayden Staggs back in the game. Aiden Jones will sit down. Second free throw by Danner, rims out. Rebound coming away to McLeod. McLeod now to Sparks. Sparks will bring the ball across the timeline. Picks up the dribble. High post they go to Baldwin. Now to Burke. Back to Sparks. Sparks to Burke in the corner. Burke tried to go back to Baldwin. Knocked away by Staggs. Stolen away by Danner. Danner quick crossover to get him front court. Danner goes left side, Raines. Raines will fake. Steps to his left. Shot blocked away by McLeod. Taken away by Sparks, and the foul going to be called on Corbin Burns. Burns trying to cut off that drive. Will pick up his first. First foul against Hilham in the game. Coming with 2:22 to play in the first half. And it will be Cody McLeod stepping out to throw in. Can't find anyone. Finally, Sparks gets open in the backcourt. Now to McLeod. To Xavier Phillips in the corner, Burke. Burke tried to go down low to McLeod, cutting to the block, but Staggs able to slip in there and knock that one away and out of bounds. It will stay with Wilson, though, with McLeod stepping out to throw in. McLeod goes left side, Burke off his hands and out of bounds. Turnover by Wilson. We'll give it right back to Hilham. Raines to play it in, right side. They'll throw in to Danner. Danner now across the timeline, dribbling top of the key. Danner, a little hesitation dribble, ball knocked away. It's loose, stolen away by McLeod. Quick hands by Burke to save that one. McLeod, the outlet, tried to hit Xavier Phillips. Never came off the floor, and the turnover by Wilson gives it right back to Hilham with exactly 2 minutes to play in the first half, and Hilham leading 13-8. Inbounds goes to Danner. Danner now across the timeline. Working between the circles against the matchup zone. No, they're man-to-man is Wilson. To Burns. Burns dribbles to the right baseline. Works it there with the left hand, and now a whistle going to stop play and a push going to be called on Wilson. That is Lakin Sparks picking up his first. Team 6th here in the first half. So for the next 1:44, Hilham will be in the bonus. Raines to throw in. Raines has it knocked away by McLeod and out of bounds. Touch last by the Warriors, so Raines again to play the ball in. Lob underneath, try to get the ball to Danner, but he's on the inline. The turnover by Hilham. We'll give it right back to Wilson. Warriors to play the ball in on the inline as McLeod stepping out to throw in to Xavier Phillips. Phillips will bring it front court. Working the ball there with the left hand to the free throw line. Pull-up jumper at the elbow is banking no good. Rebound tapped around. Burke will save it to Phillips. Phillips now to Sparks. Sparks step back three ball out top is banking no good. Danner with the rebound for Hilham. Danner looking to push the basketball now. We'll bring it to the free throw line. Danner spins to his left. Can't shake free of Burke. Goes right side Staggs. Staggs has it knocked away by Phillips. Got it back. Staggs will take the jumper. It's bouncing no good. Raines with an offensive rebound though for Hilham. He'll save it up top to Burns. Burns now to Staggs. Staggs jumper on the right side, no good. Raines with the offensive board back up, no good. Rebound McLeod as we move inside a minute to play in the first half. McLeod, little pass to Burke on the right block. Kicks it out to Sparks. Sparks, short corner jumper is good. Lakin Sparks. Sparks on the right side at the short corner has his 6 point. Wilson's cut it to 3 at 13-10. Danner in the front court. His top of the key 3 is off the back of the iron, no good. Burke taps the rebound, but taps it right to Staggs. His shot blocked away by Sparks. Raines will get to it. He's blocked by McLeod. McLeod blocks him again. Xavier Phillips will get to it for Wilson. Phillips behind the back to get him front court. They can tie it with a 3 here in the second quarter. Pass knocked away by Danner, but knocked out of bounds by Danner. Touch last by the Tigers. It will stay with Wilson. Burke stepping out to throw in with 23 seconds to play in the first half. Inbounds goes to Phillips. Now to Sparks. Lob down low McLeod. Fall away on the right baseline is no good. Raines with the rebound for Hilham with 15 seconds. He'll get the ball to Danner. Danner now, as they play for one shot, will bring it across the timeline. Danner on the left side. Working the ball with 6 seconds around the Rain screen. Danner spins, ball knocked away by Burke. Sparks with the steal. Sparks gets away the half-court shot, but it hits the light there in the top of the gym, and we're at halftime. At halftime, it is Hilham 13, Wilson 10. We'll have the scoring in this one and the second half coming up in just a little bit. Halftime here in this boys matchup with Hilham leading Wilson 13-10. They led 10-6 at the end of the first quarter. Wilson outscored them 4-3 in that second quarter to cut the lead down to 3 at 13-10. Scoring in the first half for Wilson, they're being led by Lakin Sparks. 6 points in the first half for Sparks. 2 points at halftime for Xavier Phillips. 2 in the first half for Cody McLeod to give them their total of 10. Wilson has not attempted a free throw. They have not gotten a three-point field goal in the first half either. For Hilham, they are led tonight by Landon Danner. 9 points in the first half for Danner. He's made 2 3-point field goals, was 1 of 2 from the free throw line. 4 points in the first half for Corbin Burns to give them their total of 13. Nathan Raines got to the free throw line twice, went 0 of 2 from the free throw line. So as a team, Hilham is 1 of 4 from the free throw line. They made the 2 3-point field goals in the first half. Let's take a moment to thank our sponsors for making tonight's broadcast possible. Exit Realty, Midstate Construction, Physical Medicine Center of the Cumberlands, Jerry's IGA, the Raines family, Wayne's Grill, Livingston Regional Hospital, Lucky Red Stables, Oakley Equipment Rental, Wascon Incorporated, Willow Grove Marina, Livingston Family Healthcare, Gary Maxwell Insurance, Puckett's Family Dentistry, Overton County News, W&O Construction, R&M Family Pharmacy, E.B. Gray Jewelry, First Church, Farmers Insurance, Rick Savage, Maynard's Automotive, Livingston Dairy Queen, Hall Funeral Home, and Bullseye Security, making our broadcast possible here on Overton Events. If you haven't went to our YouTube page, we ask you to go help us out. Go to YouTube at Overton Events. Subscribe to our page. Cost you nothing to subscribe. It just helps us grow our channel, helps us be able to do more of these broadcasts for you here on Overton Events. We would appreciate it if you'd go to our YouTube page and subscribe to our channel. Again, it costs you nothing, will never cost you anything. Just helps us be able to do more things here on Overton Events. We're going to have the Veterans Day program coming up from A.H. Roberts on the 10th, next Thursday, a week from today. On November the 10th, they'll be live at 8:30 here on Overton Events with their Veterans Day program from A.H. Roberts. Wilson plays the ball into Sparks. Sparks now to Xavier Phillips. Down low they go to Baldwin. Right corner Sparks. 3 ball in the air to Ties. Off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound taken away by Danner. Danner now to Burns wanting to run. Burns dribbling between the circles. Goes left corner Raines. Raines will drive. His floater on the left side's no good. Rebound taken away by Baldwin. Baldwin now to Grayson Phillips. Back out there with the 2 fouls to Sparks. Sparks in the front court. Xavier Phillips. Right elbow they go to McLeod. His jumper banking no good. Danner with the rebound for Hilham. Knocked away by Baldwin, but Danner gets it back. Danner now in the front court. Has it knocked free. Keeps control though. Now to Burns. Burns up top Raines. Right side Greenwood. In the corner they go to Burns. Burns had it knocked free for a moment. Recovers. Now tries to work against Sparks. Backs it back out to Danner. Danner inside to Walker. He's blocked by Baldwin. Taken away by Baldwin. Good defensive play by Isaac Baldwin to get the steal for Wilson. Sparks in the front court. He'll lob it left side to Grayson Phillips. Right side they go Xavier Phillips, and he walked with the basketball. The quick double team coming from Greenwood and Raines forced the shuffle of the feet by Wilson. The turnover going to give it right back to Hilham with 4:52 to play in the third. And Hilham leading 13-10 here in Wilson. Happy to be with you from here in the southern part of Overton County tonight as the inbounds goes to Burns. Burns now to bring it front court for Hilham to set the offense. Hilham girls won earlier, 36-21. Hilham boys leading here 13-10. A little later tonight, the scheduled Bantam game as Danner will drive. His jumper's no good, but a foul going to go on Cody McLeod. He'll pick up his second. First foul in the second half against Wilson. Going to put Landon Danner on the free throw line to shoot 2, trying to be the first player for either team to go into double figures. That girls' Bantam game went 4 overtimes. Took about an hour and 20 minutes to play it, is why everything's running so late here tonight. Danner at the free throw line. Puts this one on the way, rims out. He made his first free throw. Since then, he's 0 for 2. He's made 1 out of 3. Hilham as a team has missed 4 in a row from the free throw line. They could have gotten a little more separation. Danner to shoot a second free throw. This one's good. So he makes 1 out of 2 to put him in double figures with 10. The lead back to 4 at 14-10. Xavier Baldwin behind the back trying to shake free. Finds Grayson Baldwin. He'll bring it across the timeline. Little stutter step dribble. Scoop layup on the right side. No good. Rebound Raines. Raines now to Danner. Danner going to be called for the double dribble. That dribble went a little high on him. Couldn't get it back under control, and the turnover by the Tigers will give it back to Wilson. They'll play it in right at the end of the Wilson bench as Cody McLeod stepping out to throw in. McLeod plays it in to Grayson Phillips. Again, that little stutter step, and this time they'll get him. Discontinued dribble called against Grayson Phillips. The turnover will give it to Hilham. Raines will play it into Danner to bring it front court. Hilham picking him up in the half court man-to-man. Danner across the timeline. They went box and one on him for a while. Now it's straight man-to-man, it looks like. Burns on the right side. They may still be in a little box and one. Burns jumper off the side of the board, no good, but he got his own rebound. Corbin looks to drive, working on Sparks. He'll try to save it to Greenwood. Xavier Phillips will save it, but he stepped on the end line before he got to that basketball. It'll go back to Hilham as Raines stepping out to throw in with 3:49 to play in the third. Plays the ball into Danner. Left corner three with McLeod running at him is no good. Baldwin with the rebound. Baldwin to Grayson Phillips. Now to Xavier Phillips. To Sparks on the left side front court. High post McLeod. Left elbow jump shot rimming no good. Rebound Danner. Danner lead pass to Burns. Can he save it? He can't. Too much on that lead pass. Turnover. We'll give it back to Wilson as they'll play it in with Cody McLeod stepping out to throw in. To Xavier Phillips. Phillips will bring it across the timeline. Works it. Front court now to McLeod. McLeod pass deflected by Raines. It's loose. Burns and McLeod going to tie it up, and the arrow is going to give it to Hilham. Raines got a hand on that one. The officials take a long look at the clock. It's pointing to Hilham. Raines to play it in. Goes backcourt to Greenwood. Parker will bring it across the timeline. Left side now to Burns. Burns with the right-hand dribble. Works his way in the paint. Sparks knocked it away, but knocked it out of bounds. Touch last by Wilson. Basketball going to stay with Hilham as we're halfway through the third quarter here at Wilson Elementary School. Raines to throw in. Right side they go to Danner. Danner will drive. Right baseline jumper's no good. Rebound tap back out to Danner. His follow in the lane is no good. Rebound taken away by Baldwin. And then a reach going to be called on Hilham. Picking it up will be Parker Greenwood. He'll be called for his first. Team's first here in the second half. With Cody McLeod to throw in. Goes inbounds to Xavier Phillips. He'll bring it front court, working between the circles. Phillips will lob it now to McLeod. Jumper in the paint from 13 feet, no good. Baldwin kept it alive for McLeod. Then his pass knocked away by Staggs back in there, but gets to Sparks. Xavier Phillips behind the back, trying to shake free. Goes down low to Baldwin. He's double teamed, finds McLeod at the free throw line. Jumper's no good. Baldwin again with a rebound. And a reach going to be called on Hilham. It'll go on Avery Walker. He'll pick up his first. Team's second here in the second half. So McLeod stepping out to throw in with 2:28 to play in the third quarter. McLeod underneath Xavier Phillips, breaking wide open at the rim. Layup good. Xavier Phillips. 2 in the quarter. He's got 6 in the game. Good set play on the inbounds by Wilson. Cuts the lead to 2 at 14-12. Now Baldwin with a steal. And he's going to be tied up by Burns, and the arrow is going to give it to Wilson. Warriors will play it in on the inline with 2:15 to play in the third quarter. Inbounds goes to Xavier Phillips. Phillips now against the matchup zone, threw it away. Tried to hit Grayson Phillips, but threw it over his head and out of bounds. Turnover by Wilson. We'll give it right back to Hilham as Dion Burke will check back in for Wilson. He'll come in replacing Grayson Phillips. 2-point Hilham lead at 14-12 with 2:07 to play in the third quarter as the inbounds goes to Danner. Danner will bring it across the timeline. Works it front court on the dribble. Danner now gets to the block. Shot blocked away by McLeod and out of bounds. Touch last by Wilson. Basketball going to stay with Hilham as they'll play it in. Right side front court on the baseline. Raines to throw in. Wilson man-to-man on the inbounds. They find Danner in the right corner. Up top, Staggs made a good save on that one. Now to Danner. Danner in the corner. They go to Raines. Raines will drive. Can't get around Burke. Backs it back out. Was it touched? It was not. Turnover by Hilham. We'll give it to Wilson. Warriors to play it in the backcourt as stepping out to throw in will be Cody McLeod. Goes inbound, Xavier Phillips. The front court, Sparks with it on the left side. Sparks working there at the half-court circle. Goes right wing now to Burke. Right elbow to Baldwin, rather to McLeod. Now Sparks. Back to McLeod at the free throw line. He'll drive with the left hand. Backs it back out. Xavier Phillips. Back to McLeod. Left elbow jump shot by McLeod's banking. No good. Rebound Danner. Danner, long lead pass knocked away by Sparks, but goes right to Staggs. Staggs up top now to Walker, and they're going to call the travel on Hayden Staggs. Turnover by Hilham. We'll give it to Wilson before they play it in, though. A timeout going to be taken by Hilham. We'll take this opportunity again to thank our sponsors for making tonight's broadcast possible. W&O Construction Company, R&M Family Pharmacy, E.B. Gray Jewelry, First Church, Farmers Insurance, Rick Savage, Maynard's Automotive, Livingston Dairy Queen, Hall Funeral Home, Bullseye Security, Exit Realty, Midstate Construction, Physical Medicine Center of the Cumberlands, Jerry's IGA, the Raines family, Overton County News, Puckett's Family Dentistry, Gary Maxwell Insurance, Livingston Family Healthcare, Willow Grove Marina, Wascon Incorporated, Oakley Equipment Rental, Lucky Red Stables, Livingston Regional Hospital, and Wayne's Grill. Timeout called by Hilham, as not a lot of points scored in this third quarter. Wilson has a 2-point field goal by Xavier Phillips. Hilham has a free throw by Landon Danner. That's the only points that these two teams have scored here in the third quarter. As Hilham sends out Danner, Walker, Burns, Greenwood, and Staggs. Wilson sends out Burke, McLeod, Xavier Phillips, Sparks, and Baldwin. McLeod to throw in on the inline as he plays the ball in to Xavier Phillips. Phillips now across the timeline. High post they go to Baldwin. Right side Sparks. Open look at a three ball. That's off the back iron, no good. But McLeod there with the offensive board. And he's going to be tied up by Walker. No, he pulls it free before the whistle, and now they'll call the jump ball. And the arrow is going to give it to Hilham. Tigers to play it in on the inline. As Hayden Staggs stepping out to throw in. Wilson going to go into a little full court pressure here. Staggs inbounds to Walker at the half court line. Now to Greenwood. Greenwood in the front court has it knocked away. Keeps the dribble alive though, as we move under a minute to play in the third quarter. Burns tried to go back to Greenwood, taken away by McLeod. McLeod will drive, pulls up in the lane. Jumper from 6 is no good. Burke with the rebound, then he takes it back up. What have we got? A foul on Hilham. It's going to go on Landon Danner. Danner will pick up his first. Team's third here in the second half, and this is going to put Wilson on the free throw line for the first time tonight. Deion Burke going there with 43 seconds to play in the third quarter for their first free throw attempt, and it's no good. Chance to get closer here at 14-12. Hilham in front. Second free throw coming from Burke. As he steps back up there. Second free toss. That one is banking, no good. Rebound tapped by Walker, controlled by Walker. Walker now to Staggs. Staggs will bring it front court. Goes left side, Burns. Burns at the half court circle. Dribbling there for the Tigers. Staying the offense against this half court matchup zone once again by Wilson. They extend the zone to the half court line. Burns has it knocked away by Sparks, but Staggs there to recover. Staggs will drive. Burke knocked it away from him, but Greenwood gets to the ball. Now to Danner, back to Staggs. Staggs with 10 seconds to Danner. Danner will fake, will drive, gets inside, and as he goes, a hand check going to be called on Cody McLeod, and he's picked up number 3. McLeod, the first player for either team to pick up as many as 3. And it will be Hilham to play the ball in. On the baseline, before they do, though, Grayson Phillips checking back in for Cody McLeod, who will leave with the 3 fouls. Danner's pass knocked away by Phillips. Where it goes, it was Staggs with the entry. Jumper by Danner is no good. Rebound to Baldwin. Now Grayson Phillips, did he get away? He did not. They'll wave it off. Did not release it before the horn sounds, and we're through 3. Your third quarter score, Hilham 14, Wilson 12. We'll be back to Wilson in just a moment.
Close to home. Livingston Regional Hospital.
Protecting the newest Overton County residents. Livingston Regional, named one of the state's best award winners for its work at reducing infant mortality. The Best Award focuses on the importance of breastfeeding, early elective delivery reduction, and safe sleep for Tennessee babies.
Quality care close to home. Livingston Regional Hospital.
Through 3 quarters of play, Hilham holding on to a 2-point lead, 14-12 as we move to the 4th quarter. Tigers had 10 points in the 1st quarter. Since then, Wilson's held them to only 4 in the 2nd and 3rd quarters. Wilson 6 points in the 1st quarter, 4 in the 2nd, 2 in the 3rd. 14-12. Hilham in front as Dion Burke to play the ball in to start the 4th quarter. Goes inbound, Xavier Phillips. Phillips now to Sparks on the right side. He'll take the 3. It's no good. Rebound knocked out of bounds by Grayson Phillips. Touched last by Wilson. Basketball going to go to Hilham. Danner to throw in on the inline. Danner plays the ball in to Burns against 2-2-1 pressure by Wilson. Burns now dribbling against the pressure. Will bring it across the timeline. Burns goes underneath Walker. Walker will drive. His layup left side good by Avery Walker. His first 2 of the game. A big bucket to move them in front by 4, 16-12. Xavier Phillips now to Sparks. Sparks down low to Baldwin posting up. Back to Sparks. Right side 3 ball in the air is no good. Burke with the offensive rebound. He'll save it to Grayson Phillips. In the lane, Baldwin now to Xavier Phillips. To Grayson. Now Sparks. Down low to Baldwin posting up, and he's going to draw a foul on Danner. Foul will go on Landon Danner. He'll pick up his 2nd. Team's 4th here in the 2nd half, and this is going to put Isaac Baldwin on the free throw line to shoot 2. Baldwin going there with 5:15 to play in the 4th quarter, with Hilham leading 16-12. Baldwin's free throw in the air is good. So Isaac Baldwin with his first point cuts the lead back to 3 at 16-13. Grayson Phillips going to sit down. Cody McLeod will come back in the game with the 3 fouls. Baldwin to shoot a 2nd free throw. Stepping back up there for the Warriors. Puts this one on the way. Left it short. Didn't catch rim, and it's going to go to Hilham. 5:15 to play in the 4th. The Hilham lead is 3, 16-13. Danner plays the ball into Burns. Burns now to bring it front court for the Tigers. Will work the ball across the timeline. Dribbling there at the half-court circle. Burns, top of the key, will cross to the right hand. Pass taken away. Stolen by Burke. Burke to the rim. Finger roll good. Dion Burke. Burke with the steal and the finish. Has his first 2. Wilson's cut the lead to 1 at 16-15. Burns in the front court for Hilham. Burns dribbling top of the key. Burns working there for the Tigers. Works his way in the paint. Kicks it out to Greenwood. Greenwood, 3 ball on the right side. That one's no good. Rebound batted up in the air. Burke will get to it, but then he threw it away. Burke trying to get over to Lakin Sparks. Threw it over his head and out of bounds. Turnover by Wilson. We'll give it right back to Hilham, holding on to a 1-point lead, 16-15 with 4:35 to play in the 4th. Staggs stepping out to throw in. Goes inbounds to Danner on the right side. Danner with the left-hand dribble. Gets in the paint. Jumper in front. Good. And he is fouled. Danner with an and 1 opportunity. Drawing the foul from Isaac Baldwin. His 2nd. Team's 3rd here in the 2nd half. And Landon Danner going to the free throw line, trying to complete the old-fashioned 3-point play with 4:29 to play in the 4th, trying to extend this lead to 4. Free throw by Danner is good. Danner gets the 3-point play and moves the lead to 4 at 19-15. McLeod, right side Burke. Tried to go back to McLeod, made a tough catch in traffic. His jumper banking good. Cody McLeod. McLeod with his 4th point cuts the lead to 2 at 19-17. Burns now will bring it front court. Burns will drive down low Walker. Walker, baseline jumper, no good. McLeod taps the rebound, but Baldwin is there. Baldwin now to McLeod. McLeod will bring it front court. Right side, Xavier Phillips. 3 ball for the lead is no good. McLeod had the rebound knocked away by Burns, but a foul going to go on Corbin Burns. Burns will pick up his second. Team's 5th here in the second half, so they've got 1 to give before Wilson goes into the bonus. Wilson has 3 to give before Hilham goes into the bonus. Inbounds goes to Sparks on the right side. McLeod, right block. His jumper rolling good. Cody McLeod. McLeod 4 in the quarter. He's got 6 in the game. We're all tied up at 19. Burns now to bring it front court for the Tigers. Burns down low off the hands of Danner, but he recovers. Danner on the right side working there against McLeod. In this zone by Wilson. Up top they go to Greenwood. Greenwood dribbles to the left side. He'll pull up. Little floater on the left side. Banking, no good. McLeod with the rebound. McLeod now to Sparks. Sparks to walk it up. They've got a chance to take the lead here, does Wilson. Sparks up top. Lobs it back to McLeod. Right side, Xavier Phillips. His 3 in the air is no good. Burke with the offensive rebound. Back out to Sparks. Halfway through the 4th quarter. 19-19 here in Wilson. Xavier Phillips. Lob to Burke. Burke to Baldwin, posting up down low. His jumper's no good. Burke with the offensive rebound, back up, no good. Baldwin taps it in. Isaac Baldwin with the tip in. He's got his 3rd. Wilson's moved in front by 2, 21-19. Burns in the front court. Burns to the free throw line. Pass deflected by Burke, stolen by McLeod. McLeod now will hand off to Sparks to bring it front court. 2.5 to play in the 4th. Wilson leading 21-19. Phillips, right side 3, got it. Xavier Phillips knocking down a huge 3. Their first 3 of the night puts Wilson in front by 5, 24-19 with 2:23 to play in the 4th quarter, and Hilham wants a timeout. Hilham taking the timeout. Try to stop the momentum here by Wilson as they have scored 7 in a row to take this 5-point lead, 24-19. Girls game earlier, Hilham won that one 36-21. Again, we want to ask you to go to our YouTube page at Overton Events. Subscribe to our channel if you enjoy seeing these live events like this game that we've got going here. That's a good one between Hilham and Wilson. Subscribe to our page. Costs you absolutely nothing to subscribe. Never will. Just helps us grow our page so that we can continue to bring you these events here on Overton Events. Now, Livingston Academy basketball will begin play on November the 17th. The boys will be in Salina to take on Clay County High School. The Lady Wildcats and Wildcats each will play on the 19th up at Clark Range, beginning at noon. 2 games for the girls, 2 games for the boys on the 19th up at Clark Range, where Livingston Academy basketball will begin here on Overton Events. Checking back in for Hilham is Nathan Raines coming back in. He'll play the ball into Danner. Danner now dribbling against 2-2-1 pressure by Wilson to Burns in the front court. Burns on the right wing. Lobs it back to Danner. Danner will drive. Gets in the paint. Shot blocked away, but a foul going to be called on Baldwin. Isaac Baldwin will pick up his 3rd. Team's 4th here in the second half, and this will put Landon Danner on the free throw line to shoot 2. Danner going there with 2:08 to play in the 4th, trying to cut into this 5-point lead and trying to make it a 1-possession game. But the free throw rims out. He'll have another opportunity. Chance to cut it to 4. Stepping back up there for the Tigers. Puts this one on the way. It's no good, but Staggs there with the rebound. Staggs to Danner. Left side they go to Raines. Nathan will take the 3. That's bouncing, no good. Walker with the offensive rebound, back up, no good, but a foul going to be called on Wilson. This will go on Isaac Baldwin, and that's his 4th. So Baldwin, the first player for either team to pick up 4, will put Avery Walker on the free throw line to shoot 2. Walker going there with 1:59 to play in the 4th quarter. Free throw by Walker is good. Avery with his 3rd point of the game, all here in this 4th quarter, cuts the Wilson lead down to 4 at 24-20. He'll shoot a second free throw. Stepping back up there for the Tigers. Puts this one on the way, and it rolls around several times and drops through. A couple of big free throws right there by Avery Walker. Cuts it to a single possession lead at 24-21. Sparks to bring it front court. Sparks dribbling on the right side. Turns to the left hand. High post they go McLeod. Left side Xavier Phillips. Phillips fall away. Is off the back of the iron. No good. Rebound McLeod. Back up. No good. Rebound tapped. Baldwin is there. He'll save it to Burke. His fall away on the left side is bouncing good. Dion Burke. Burke with his 4th point. Back to a 5-point lead. Danner tried to go down low to Walker. It's knocked away by Baldwin, but knocked down to bounds by Wilson. Touch last by the Warriors. Hilham will play it in right side front court with Rain stepping out to throw in. Nathan will play it in on the baseline. Plays it off of Burke to keep possession. Nobody breaking open that time. 5-second count running down. Rains to throw in again for the Tigers. Underneath Walker. Blocked away by Baldwin. And he'll clear it out of the air. Now to Sparks. Sparks will bring it front court. Right side they go to Phillips. Free throw line McLeod. McLeod to Burke on the left block. His jumper's no good. Rebound underneath to Staggs, or was Staggs with it. Then Danner's pass stolen away by McLeod. McLeod in the front court going to drive. He's pushed and fouled by Danner. Landon Danner will pick up his 3rd. Team foul number 6 here in the second half against Hilham. And a 30-second timeout going to be called by Wilson. We'll take this moment to thank our sponsors for making tonight's broadcast possible. The Rains family, Jerry's IGA, Physical Medicine Center of the Cumberlands, Midstate Construction, Exit Realty, Bullseye Security, Hall Funeral Home, Livingston Dairy Queen, Maynard's Automotive, Farmers Insurance, Rick Savage, First Church, E.B. Gray Jewelry, R&M Family Pharmacy, W&O Construction, Overton County News, Puckett's Family Dentistry, Gary Maxwell Insurance, Livingston Family Healthcare, Willow Grove Marina, Wascon Incorporated, Oakley Equipment Rental, Lucky Red Stables, Livingston Regional Hospital, and Wayne's Grill. McLeod to throw in for Wilson, to Phillips on the left wing. 26-21, Wilson with the 5-point lead in the basketball. Knocked away by Burns. It's loose on the floor. They'll dive after it. And what have we got? A jump ball is going to be called as we've moved under a minute to play here in the 4th quarter, and the arrow is going to give it to Hilham. Tigers will play it in left side front court as Nathan Rains stepping out to throw in. Rains to Danner. Danner now will bring it front court on the crossover. Works it up top. Danner, deep 3 ball. Up top is good. Landon Danner. And Hilham wants a timeout. Danner hits his 3rd 3. He's got 6 in the quarter, 16 in the game. Timeout called here by Hilham as the lead cut to 2 at 26-24. Tigers taking the timeout here in the 2-point game. Big middle school game coming up for you, elementary school game coming up for you on Monday night on November the 7th. It'll be Rickman traveling up to Allens in a county matchup here on Overton Events. That's on November the 7th. Rickman taking on Allens up at Allens Elementary School. Right here, though, Hilham trying to battle back. After Wilson has taken a 5-point lead, they've cut it to 2 on the 3-pointer by Danner, his 3rd 3-point field goal. He's got 16. Wilson to play it in with 46 seconds to play in the 4th quarter. As the Warriors will throw it in on the end line. Next foul by Hilham will put him on the free throw line for the 1-and-1. Wilson's been called for 5 fouls, so they've got 1 to give, which could come into play down the stretch here. McLeod to throw in. Hilham matching up full court man-to-man. And Wilson threw it away. Little pressure by Hilham forcing the turnover, and the Tigers get it back with a chance to tie it with a 2 or take the lead with a 3. Rains to throw in. Right in front of his bench as he'll play it in. Right side front court. Burke guarding Rains. Rains pass taken away. McLeod with the steal. McLeod in the front court. Burns trying to foul him, will do so. Corbin Burns will pick up his 3rd. Team 7th here in the second half. So the 1-and-1 here. I've got 7, but they don't on the board. Must be only 6. McLeod. Oh, almost stepped in bounds. Inbounds goes to Phillips, and Phillips going to be pushed and fouled by Rains. Now that is 7. As Nathan Rains picks up his 1st. This will put Wilson on the free throw line to shoot the 1-and-1 with Xavier Phillips stepping up there for the Warriors. Needs 2 to make it a 2-possession lead, but he's only guaranteed 1, shooting the front end of the 1-and-1. Phillips at the line for the first time. Wilson's only attempted 3 free throws on the night. This one's on the way and no good. Baldwin with the offensive rebound, though. Then his pass knocked away by Burns, and Burns is held and fouled by Xavier Phillips. Phillips will pick up his second. There's the one we talked about. That's going to be, I must have put it on the wrong side because that's number 7 now on Wilson. This will put Corbin Burns on the free throw line to shoot the 1-and-1. He goes there with 37 seconds to play in the fourth quarter, with Wilson leading 26-24. Needs them both to tie if he can make here. Burns puts this one on the way, no good. Long rebound to Burke. Burke now to Sparks. And Sparks is fouled quickly by Burns, and he'll pick up, we have him with 4. Burns picks up number 4. Team foul number 8, so still a 1-and-1 here for Wilson as Grayson Phillips will check back in. He'll replace Dion Burke. Lakin Sparks going to the free throw line to shoot the front end of the 1-and-1. Trying to add to a 2-point Wilson lead as Sparks steps up there for the Warriors. Dribbling the basketball there. Free throw by Sparks is no good. But McLeod with the rebound. McLeod now to Sparks. 30 seconds to play, and Burns is going to foul him, and we've got him with 5. And that is 5 on Corbin Burns. He'll foul out with 30 seconds to play in the fourth quarter. This will put Lakin Sparks back on the free throw line. Still a 1-and-1 on team foul number 9 against Hilham. Burns going to come out. Staggs will come in replacing him. Free throw by Sparks is no good, but there's another offensive rebound. This one by Baldwin. Now to Grayson Phillips, and Phillips is going to be fouled. This one goes on Hayden Staggs. He'll pick up his first, team's 10th here in the second half, so the double bonus here for Grayson Phillips. He'll be shooting 2 to try to make this a 2-possession lead. He needs them both to do so. Wilson leading 26-24 here on their home floor in their opening county game of this 2022-2023 season. Free throw by Phillips, rattles and drops. Grayson extends the lead to 3 at 27-24. This the big one to make it a 2-possession lead for the Warriors. Phillips stepping back up there, dribbling the basketball there. Puts this one on the way and knocks it down. A couple of big made free throws by Grayson Phillips. Extends the lead to 4. Danner in the front court, and a foul going to be called on Wilson. Grayson Phillips will pick up his 3rd. This will put Hilham at the free throw line. Not what Coach Wells wanted, a chance for them to score with the clock stopped with 23 seconds to play in the fourth. 28-24, the Wilson lead. Danner to the free throw line. Puts this one on the way and knocks it down. Makes it a 1-possession game as Danner scores his 17th. He'll shoot a second free throw, trying to make this a 2-point game. Stepping back up there for the Tigers. Puts this one on the way. That one's bouncing good again. Hit the front of the rim and kicked over, and Hilham wants a timeout. They'll call it with 23 seconds to play in the fourth quarter as Wilson's lead is 2, 28-26. With the Warriors in front, they'll take the 30-second timeout. Girls game earlier, Hilham won that one 36-21 behind a strong effort by Reese Collins. Collins led the Tigers with 9. They also had 3 other players with 7. Adriana Romines with 7. Emmy Carr with 7. And Emerson Goodpasture with 7. 2 points apiece for Lila Bowman and Jaden Stansberry. 2 points also for Blakely Stacy. Wilson led in that girls game by Macy Cook with 10. 7 for Grace Farley. 4 for Natalie Phillips. Here, it's Wilson's boys leading Hilham 28-26. Grayson Phillips to play the ball in with 23 seconds to play in the game. That one's stolen away by Staggs. Staggs in the paint is going to be pushed and fouled. Foul on Wilson, going to put Hayden Staggs on the free throw line. Lakin Sparks will pick up his second. Team 7th. So the 1-1 here for Staggs with a chance to tie this one up at the free throw line. 20 seconds to play in the fourth quarter. Staggs stepping up there. Puts this one on the way, bounces high and bounces away. Rebound Baldwin. Now to Grayson Phillips. His pass knocked away by Walker and out of bounds. Touched last by the Tigers, though, with 16 seconds to play in the fourth. It will stay with Wilson, with Grayson Phillips stepping out to throw in. Plays it inbounds Baldwin, and he's fouled quickly by Hilham. Foul going to go on Avery Walker. He'll pick up his second. Double bonus here for Isaac Baldwin stepping to the free throw line, where he's 1 out of 2 in the game. 28-26, the Wilson lead is 2 as Baldwin steps up there for the Warriors. Dribbling the basketball there. Puts this one on the way. No good. Stays a 2-point lead, a chance to make it where Hilham needs a 3 to tie. Still a lot of time, though. Right at 15 seconds to play in the fourth quarter. Second free throw by Baldwin. That one's no good. Rebound McLeod, though. McLeod now to Sparks. Sparks going to be pushed and fouled by Greenwood. Greenwood will pick up his second. This will put Lakin Sparks on the free throw line to shoot 2. Again, if you make them both, you can just about lock this one down. Sparks at the line with 6 points. He's 0 of 2 from the free throw line in the game. Stepping up here with 11.5 seconds to play in the fourth. There's a lane violation on Wilson. Free throw's good. Will they count it? They will. Now they talk about it. Baldwin was in the lane. They'll wave it off. Yeah, Baldwin was in the lane early. So take that free throw away. Still a chance to make this a 3-point lead. A little anxious there by the Warriors. Second free throw by Sparks. This one's on the way. Made that one. Sparks with 7. Hilham needs a 3. Raines trying to call timeout. They finally get it with 6 seconds to play in the game. Timeout taken by Hilham. I'm not sure if they have any left or not. The officials didn't realize they were trying to call timeout. Raines coming down the floor trying to call it. Coach Young trying to call it. Finally get the timeout called with 5.7 to play in the fourth quarter. As a 3 can tie it here. Landon Danner has made 3 threes in the game for Hilham. No one else has made a 3 in the game for either team. So if you're Wilson, you're going to have to track down where Danner is and try to deny him any kind of catch here on this throw-in. Hilham out on the floor as they'll play it in right near midcourt with 5.7. Coach Al Wells giving some final defensive instructions to his Wilson Warriors. Been a good one here tonight between these two boys teams. We had to wait a while to get here. It's been a good matchup. Nathan Raines stepping out to throw in for Hilham. As he'll play it in on the far side. A step into the backcourt for the Tigers. 5.7. A lot of time, but they will have to rush. Inbounds goes to Danner. Danner up top, fakes. 3 ball in there is no good. Staggs will save it to Walker. His 2 at the buzzer is no good, and Wilson wins it. Wilson gets the win over Hilham by a final score of 29-26. With the win, the Warriors go to 2-3 overall. With the loss, Hilham drops to 1-3 overall. In the county, Wilson goes to 1-0. Hilham goes to 0-2. Leading scorers tonight for Hilham as they were led by Landon Danner with 18 points on the night for Danner. 4 points scored tonight by Corbin Burns. 4 points in the game for Avery Walker to give them their total of 26. Wilson led tonight by a couple of players with 7 points. 7 points in the game for Xavier Phillips. He made 1 3-point field goal, was 0 of 1 from the free throw line. 7 points scored tonight by Lakin Sparks. He was 1 of 4 from the free throw line. 6 points scored tonight by Cody McLeod. 4 points in the game for Deion Burke. He was 0 of 2 from the free throw line. 3 points scored tonight by Isaac Baldwin. He was 1 of 4 from the free throw line. And 2 points in the game for Grayson Phillips as he went 2 of 2 from the free throw line in the game. For Hilham, they had Avery Walker go 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Hayden Staggs was 0 of 2 from the free throw line. Corbin Burns went 0 of 1 from the free throw line. Landon Danner got to the line a lot. He went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 times. Made 5 out of 10 from the free throw line, and Nathan Raines went 0 of 2 from the free throw line. Hilham made 3 3-point field goals, all by Landon Danner. Wilson did not make a 3 in the contest. The Warriors win it 29-26 over Hilham. Girls game, Hilham won that one 36-21. Thank you to our sponsors,